Going live. You're live. All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the March 5th meeting of Highway Parks Community Programs. Okay, so we have minutes that were sent out by email, and I think they're also attached on here. So I'll need a motion to accept the minutes, please. Motion and a second, please.
Second.
All those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed. Okay, good. Linda doesn't need to go first today, she informed me. So I won't forget, because
We have gas.
we have guests. Good morning. Can you guys, I guess you have some stuff you want to speak about this morning? Well, we usually do our community members first, so that you can stay if you like and tell us what you're here for, and then we can continue with our meeting. Okay,
And shut so.
okay, very good.
Just here to get to know you guys and learn more about what we do beyond trees.
Excellent. Well, welcome. And if you want to talk about trees, we're more than happy to hear about that.
Sure.
All right.
Very good.
All right. Excellent. Thank you. You guys can pull up if you'd like. You don't have to sit toward the back if you'd
We're
like.
good here. Your name is
Margaret?
Margaret.
Boom, yep. Yellow.
Today.
Okay, okay.
I'm gonna give them agendas. Excellent. Thank you. Okay, Ray, we're ready to get started.
Okay. Get this done before Aaron starts talking.
Yes,
Please.
right, good idea.
All right, number one, our normal tree crews working on trees, resident requests, patching the roads, basin repairs, and small drainage projects. So along with this, we do a lot of preventative. We've had crews out for the last couple of weeks out hand shoveling, uncovering basins that are, off of the road that the plows don't uncover when we plow. With the warm weather coming, this is just something that we try to get out and do. It's preventative maintenance for snow melt. It helps to keep from puddling on the road. You'll see the guys in the backyard cleaning the outfall pipes, for runoffs that nobody sees. It's in the backyards, it's through the woods, it's down into, so these guys are out doing that. They've been doing it for about 3 weeks now. And of course, every time they finish, it snows again, but, yeah, so that type of stuff is going on, amongst, every time we use our trucks, we steam clean them, we wash them, spin them off, to help keep longevity for these vehicles, and the cost of these vehicles are astronomical. So we do our best to preserve them for as long as we can. Just some of the ongoings that are everyday stuff to us, and I don't mention it often, but with Rick around now, I have to mention these things. So yeah, so preventative maintenance is big with us. It's self-policing. It's to help everybody. And there are a lot of residents that will go off and clean off their framing grates. You're helping us help you. So we appreciate that. And stuff like that goes on every day. So parks crews been working in various parks cutting brush, and on their normal duties of snow removal with all the storms we've had. They've been cutting brush along the bike paths. So what they do is they go through and they cut some of the larger stuff. We're gonna do a campaign here, probably starting Monday. We got the tractor all up and serviced and ready to go. The boom mower that will get rid of the larger brush along the bike paths, but some stuff is just too large. So Andrew has had the crews down there removing some of the stuff that is too large for the mower to do. And we'll be doing sections of the bike path at a time. We try not to close it to people walking because it is getting springtime. We do put up signs, sometimes they have to sit and wait. One thing we do have right now is no bicycles. So it's mostly people walking, so the bikes don't come flying up on you. But these are things that we need to do. Get that brush back, address, there's some ditching to address, along the edge of the bike path. That will happen after that. And just general cleanup of the sides. This is needed to keep from our bike path tunneling with the branches hanging over. The ones that they cut down are all, could be liabilities falling across the path. You know, so it's
Are you
all,
working down that brush next to the train station too? I think we did that last year. And it looked
they have
really
to
good.
do that by hand. There's no way to, but they will do that,
As it
given
gets-
time.
yeah.
Once it starts to get green and starts to obstruct, right now it's down, but once it starts to come up between their regular duties, they'll go down and cut that down. So those are things we'll be working on. Number 3 is paving bids. So currently the bids were in the paper 2 weeks ago. This is for paving, milling, in-place services, public works, repairs for water and sewer when they subcontract. So there's a lot of different scenarios on here. We just came off a 3-year rollover bid, which was honored for all 3 years. So the bid opening for this is, I believe, next week at 10 o'clock, March 9th at 10 o'clock. We'll do a review of it. I commonly either accept multiple ones so that we have backup pavers in case something changes and we can't get them in here. And we'll put that all together and get that to Elena. Huh?
And Kelly.
And Kelly. For that to be on for the 2026 season. So that does have the rollover bid clause built into it. So hopefully we can enjoy that for another 3 years. And one good thing is we had more people this time come pick up bids. So there seems to be a lot of interest in trying to get our work. So more bids mean more competitive pricing. So hopefully that'll work out in our advantage. Number 4 is quotes for materials, services, public works. So this is seed, fertilizer, hydro seeding materials, spreading surface for our athletic fields, and application of if we use any type of pesticides or field turf growing. We sub that out because of liability and licensing requirements to do that type of work. So those are normally quotes. We usually stay under our threshold. So quotes, we get quotes and accept them as acceptable ways of purchase this.
End up gonna be ready for this month.
Yes. Number 5, yard waste update. So end of March. I have to say that somewhere. We'll be doing this flyer in the newspaper and the journal. And then along with that, we'll be posting this on the websites here for the beginning of the pickup. So this is the same notice that we've used for years. We've just updated the dates and all
Look at
that,
April 13th. It's all going down, huh?
weather permitting.
Weather permitting.
Weather permitting.
Always in.
No, I don't know. You're asking for a lot.
The image, that image is floating around somewhere, I think, online, isn't it?
Yeah, but you gotta use this one because of the dates.
Oh,
You
no,
can't
you know what I
use
was
it.
gonna tell you? This one, we have a really nice, like, high res image on the website, but it says loose leaf pickup. Is there any way we could get it to say both?
I can't do it, but I'm sure amongst this table it can get done.
I don't know where it is though, that like, the like, yeah, who has, because it looks like it comes from like GIS software.
I think Dottie made up a nice one at one time.
That's, yeah. The one on the website's really good, but maybe we could even just take it down into Canva and
Just be
I don't know.
please let me review it before you post it, because if you put the wrong.
It's the one that's already up there, so it's like just.
Yeah, but
the
if you put,
stones.
if you're trying to use that
Oh, no.
picture with this information.
We're not, we'll take this and copy and paste that, yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But just so that it's the right.
We got you, Ray.
Yeah.
So with this, I know we've had a million calls up here and we've had a million calls at the highway about the loose leaves that were left at the end of the year. So
Please bag them.
please bag them, and sooner the better, because if we can get a majority of them picked up during the random pickup, it won't slow us down on the regular schedule. So there's a month or so of, hopefully people are, it's unsightly. People aren't going to want to look at them. Hopefully they're able to get out and
Put it in that flyer too.
bag them or barrel them. It's not written out, but just as a courtesy to,
We could put a reminder out a couple times.
Absolutely.
so
We have an app
just,
for that.
just to help us get through this process would be great. Bid extensions for the mowing of Dean Street and Baker Avenue Park. So this is the third year of a rollover for Dean Street, so that will have to go out to bid next year. And Baker Avenue Park is in its second year.
That
So,
needs finance approval? Okay.
yeah,
I mean, technically, if all you're doing is saying that instead of going,
Okay.
that it's more or less just a formality, so we have something on the record.
So there's probably one last year, too.
Continuing.
and the
I
dollar
believe we
amounts
did it that.
Oh, we did it as a resolution or we just did it as
We did it.
approval?
with the right to extend,
Okay, so that'll be item for action for finance agenda.
and they fall under the statute for finance, dollar wise. Okay. Seasonal and part-time help, we have some summer help, applications in. And also another part-time clerk in the highway office. This would be, Pete, my deputy that retired, willing to come back and, help train and work with, to do his old administrative duties to the people that I have, learning these operations now. So
I have a question on that. Think he'd be willing to come back to assist with negotiations?
Oh.
For me,
he serves under my pleasure. So if we negotiate on Monday and Tuesday, he probably would.
That is a clutch question. So
It'd be
resolution.
very helpful for me.
It'd be very helpful for everybody. I
He
think
just has
that
like such a historical knowledge with that stuff.
Well,
I mean, I
he-
know you do too, but
he was on the other side of the
Right,
table.
that's what I
And
mean.
that was the beauty of that.
What are we calling him? A part-time?
He's gonna be a clerk.
Okay, so Rezo to hire a part-time clerk.
So that would be, up to 20 hours with no benefits. That's our standard aid. Be the same as Kenny,
Okay.
essentially.
Find out what Kenny's hourly is, and we'll just do the same as that.
25.
Is it 25?
Yeah.
Okay, so at 25. And that's Pete Ravicka.
And I'll get his application and then his appointment letter and all that together for her.
Okay.
All right.
Can it be
Need it.
conditioned on him?
Gotta sign off.
Elena, he has to do what I tell him, so.
Poor Pete.
I think he would be more than willing to.
He's a team player, I think. he'll-
Most definitely.
Are you gonna have names for seasonal at the end of the month?
So I'm gonna review the applications I have. I always try to hire the ones that were here previously.
So we probably have one or two at least. or-
Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll try to do the ones that are in college more than I do the seniors for the high school.
Yeah.
Because they usually
They get
get out a
back.
month or so earlier. So
Okay, so we'll have Rezo to hire.
at least a couple along with Pete. I think we'll do a small group of them.
Okay.
So number 8 is town board resolutions as of right now should be paving bids. The quotes for the public works materials and services and hiring of seasonal and part-time worker. So under 9, open discussion. So I met with Phil, from baseball, and this being a baseball last week. They have a few items on here that they have a, sponsorship and some, donation money. They want to do a few projects that are outside of the Phil Steck grant.
Money to them. Yeah.
They have
to
their
Nikki
own
based
money.
on- Okay.
And they're willing to do these projects. I just wanted to run them by the committee. I sat in a meeting with them alone, and there's a lot of people involved in this more than just me. So I told them I would bring these items to the committee. So one of them is, they have identified, so we did all the drainage work on the Babe Ruth fields. And we've overseeded it like 3 and 4 times, since we've done it. It's gotten some growth. They had soil samples done.
And it
They
needs-
showed a deficiency in lime, so it's really not a fertilizer, it's just an aggregate. They're willing to do that in-house. They would like to, they're even foregoing closing that field for the beginning of the season and let it get established, which I support. And
Great.
I don't
This
think
is the
that,
uppermost field?
Huh?
The uppermost field?
that's the Babe Ruth bit in
Okay.
the very
In the
back.
way
yeah.
back, okay.
And they would like to move the outfield fence in about 10 feet. So we had real water issues there because the landfill closure is so much higher. The water sheds down and flooded behind the fence. So this is a great opportunity for us. I've talked to Andrew. So once that fence is moved in, they're going to move it in about 8 to 10 feet, which would actually give us access behind that fence now to put a curtain drain in without impacting the closure of the landfill. And we can stay away from the high tension power that feeds the lights in the outfield, which is beneficial for us.
Yes.
So
So-
it's essentially an extension to all the drainage work we did. And I think it'll benefit everybody in the long run.
That's great.
So
They're gonna move the fence.
they're gonna pay to move the fence. They want nothing from us. They just wanted permission to do so.
Doing the work or
They're gonna,
I think
Hire
they're
somebody?
volunteers or something.
I don't know if they're gonna hire somebody or they have somebody there that is going to do it in there.
They've got parents.
They have parents
Two
in,
of them are like contractors.
Yeah.
So I don't
Come to
know.
us and ask us for.
I don't know. If they're
Letters.
companies, do we want to have them?
Insurance certificate.
That's what I'm, yes, that's
Insurance
exactly where I'm going with
certificates.
that.
They have so they have their own liability insurance too. How does that
Usually
work?
It depends on who's doing the work.
Okay, so
That's why I'm
then,
asking that question.
so we just need to find out from Phil, do you need to know whether it's like the actual humans or whether they're doing it as a company or as an individual?
Are they hiring a company to do the work?
That's the problem, is that the parent is the company. So it's like they have an
So-
LLC,
But
but
they have workers that they need to have workers
I think it's
compensation,
gonna-
like we need to make sure that they have the
that's
proper
what we need
insurance
to know,
before they
whether or
do
not they're
work on our
workers or company.
property, because
And
we're
if they have
ultimately responsible. for
so
whatever happens there.
what if they're volunteers within the thing? Then what is it?
Then it's gonna fall on our insurance.
Would fall on baseball's insurance.
Yeah, they have
wouldn't it, if
been-
they were volunteers for baseball.
No,
Potentially, I guess it depends on what their insurance for, but their insurance is typically not gonna cover work on our property. It might cover like incidental things that happen with respect to baseball,
Mhm.
but I wouldn't think it would cover
can we
something that
find
we would
out
normally be on
exactly
the
the
hook for.
scenario and then let's.
So there's a
just call the
couple different
insurance.
things here going on, but that's good that she brought that up, because if we have a threshold of a liability that we would request of them.
They'll do it.
I
I
don't
know
know that
they'll,
it's necessarily like a major issue. I think we should just know in case.
Yeah.
Here's who's responsible.
I thought of the
I
same
don't even
thing.
think that these are things that would fall under like, prevailing wages or anything like that. So my only concern would be the insurance.
Right,
Let's
if the
just-
contractor was bringing his equipment to dig holes or whatever, we should have an
Right.
insurance
It might be a
from that
parent that owns the
contractor.
company, but it's still the company that should have the insurance.
Because
they
his
own the
equipment.
equipment,
And
exactly.
they also have sponsors or volunteers that are coming in and do work, because he did tell me that.
Just tell them we have to know the nuts and bolts so that we can ask our
Yeah.
insurance company to make sure
Okay.
everybody's covered.
So one of the other ones was they would like to build a pavilion down on between fields 2 and 3. That's closer to the backside of the old transfer station. I've showed Andrew, I can show you a picture on the map here of where they're proposing. It doesn't impact anything. It's actually a pretty good spot. Down in here. They would like to, he had asked me if I could find the plans from like the River Road Park Pavilion. So somewhere 28 by 50, they'd like to build this.
It's pretty good size, so.
Yeah, concrete floor, post. He doesn't want to put a cupola on it, and I don't blame him. But, it's
Well, we
act-
definitely would have to look at the design, right?
so he's asking us if I could find him a design, so, which kind of is what we're trying to follow, is try to make pretty much things in our parks the
Right,
same.
okay.
That's what we try to do with the bathrooms, and that way, if you have to do anything to them, it's pretty repetitive.
What would be the purpose of the pavilion?
Pavilion is just a place to go eat, sit under, eat, maybe have their team
Maybe
meeting
similar to the one that we already have up at Flatneck on the other.
on the other side, yeah, similar, very similar. It just as standard, they're not looking for no building with, just something to put some picnic tables under and, um,
Inclement weather.
yeah. Yeah, plenty of that.
So here's a
And-
question for you. They build that, and then what if somebody wants to rent that pavilion and they're sort of off season, stuff like that?
They build it, it's on our property, we own it.
It's
Right.
hard.
Okay, so
Let's make sure.
well,
I just want you to make sure they're aware of that, right?
You could exclude it from renting it, I would think, right? I mean, given the area of it, I don't think we automatically get the right to rent it or would
No,
put
we
it
do
in.
get the right to rent it. It's our property. It's-
Okay.
Whether they build it or not, they're building on our property. If you look at any license agreement, anything that the code, or that the clubs build,
Yeah.
become our property.
I
Like
know
the lacrosse
that.
box is technically our
Right.
property. But a lot of the clubs don't seem to understand that, so we need to make sure that they understand that.
Okay. And one of the other things was they would like to replace the lights on the Majors field. They got a grant, they applied for a grant, so they're getting some of the money back. They're willing to pay for the bulbs, which I think they're already got. That
Say
would,
lights, what do we?
The-
The whole
the-
entire
no,
picture?
just the
Just the
bulbs.
bulbs.
They
Oh.
need to just go up with a lift, switch the bulbs out. They're LED lights. They use less energy,
I think it's another
they're
insurance
brighter.
question though, too.
right? Because they'll need a lift. But they do have an electrician that
Okay.
is somebody that is with their group.
I know they have so
They have so many
people. I'm
different-
like,
So that would
where else
be a
might they want to
liability
do
that
work?
With the lift. Okay. And the other thing was pergolas alongside of the dugouts that they built last year. They're approximately 8 feet wide by
Sunshade,
16
right?
feet long, yeah, and they're actually gonna put a set of bleachers underneath them. They're actually putting a sunshade over a bleacher, but it's more of a permanent thing than a windscreen, you know.
Are these pre-built or?
No, they're building. It's just similar to the dugouts. They have a plan. They sent me a diagram of this is what they're proposing, just they're wood, 2x6, kind of like the dugouts that they built.
Oh, they're gonna paint the dugouts too. Did you already say that?
They're gonna paint the dugouts at Babe Ruth
Okay.
in the majors.
Okay.
So those are block, both of them. So they're just gonna spruce them up. I don't think they're gonna paint them pink or anything. I think they're just gonna
Pink
Kinda
would be lovely.
clean them up.
Design that. I mean, they're just,
I think it might have been, what's his face? Oh my gosh, my mind is blanking. Nick Lamolfa. He's one of the parents that's done a lot of work over there. I
are
think
we gonna get a stamp, architectural stamp or something on that? I mean,
They
I
don't need it for our projects.
don't need that.
I don't think so.
No.
They're not required to get a building permit either if they're doing it on our property. That's why-
There's still the issue of we're responsible for whatever goes there, so we, as the town, may want to make sure that whatever's being built is.
Well, we inspected between myself and Andrew, when they built the dugouts, they would give us call. I mean, if we're not adequate, then somebody who knows more than us can go do it.
I'm just, to Bill's point, it's not necessarily, they don't need to necessarily get a building permit, but we just want to make sure that
I think our building inspector should look at it.
Whatever you want to do.
Liability, right?
I agree. I think it will be fine. It is.
If he's willing to go do it, but they don't need all the paperwork to do
Oh, I
this.
understand that.
Yeah, well,
If,
just,
if
I
they,
understand that.
if
Just
you,
drive
if you
Tom over
want
there.
on our behalf for the building inspector to go look at it, that's fine, but the building inspector isn't gonna let them start building on that.
Oh,
I
no, he's just
understand that, but he'll know
like that.
structurally, you know, if that's gonna hold a snow load, that kind of thing, to pitch on that roof, those kind of things, right?
I'm good with that.
Are you ready for me?
No, I need to know, are we okay with them projects once I get the
Yeah.
insurance thing looped around? Because they have to they got people willing to give donations and set this forward. Other than the insurance, do we have an issue with any of these?
I don't have any issues.
Okay,
I just want to make sure that the insurance is buttoned up before,
Right.
not this like, oh, we have a discussion and there's no follow-up. Like, actually buttoned up.
so
If you want, maybe Kelly could write an email to Phil today and say, this, we need this, copy Kara. And then Kara can take that information to the insurance company and say, this is the situation. What do we?
I'm sure they would be willing to do it. They're more than
Yeah, he's usually really responsive. We just have to make sure
over responsive.
he does. He has like, we just need to articulate exactly who's going to do the work. It is going to be under the company's name, like actual names of businesses and humans would be helpful for
Yeah.
all the
It's not
projects.
that they can, but if they have businesses there,
Yeah.
they have to have proof of insurance.
And
If
so
they're
we
using
just-
their equipment from, you know, one of the parents' companies, anything like that.
There are, I mean, not to get into like too much detail, but there are requirements that if it's a company that they have workers' compensation, we need the proof of the workers' compensation or else we're gonna get things later on.
Yeah.
So that's the type of stuff that is,
So-
I'm sure we have proof of everything.
And you'll send him that email.
Yes, there's two bills.
Sidoti.
Thank you.
Ray, can I ask you a quick question?
You missed your window chat, but go ahead.
Does the baseball group anticipate having to take down any trees
No.
where these
No,
pavilions
all
are?
wide open spaces.
Beautiful. Music in my ears.
No, that's why they give them to us for review. There's absolutely nothing has to be moved. It's actually all out open in the green space.
As you know, we planted 3 crabapple trees right near the old transfer station and that stretch of grass.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing near there.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
That's why the review is important. We look at the impact around what we're doing, so.
Great.
Update on shoulder mower. I know Kara got us, been working with the lease program.
Oh,
For
that's
that,
what we need to
and-
know. How do we do this resolution wise? Because it's a lease, but we don't have a payment until next year, but we would take possession in this fiscal year.
The contract.
Just a contract.
Just a standard, our quote with the purchasing agent attached to it. So essentially what we do, how we finance it is just in the notes.
Okay, so resolution to approve a contract with whatever that place is.
So if we do quote.
I will get it for you. I'll get the quote
And
too.
it's called a,
I think
a
we went,
shoulder
did we
mower.
go to like a state contract place or
Thank you.
something to do
Yes.
this? It's under
Yes.
state contract?
It is, yes.
This is because we couldn't afford to buy the mower, but then we're also gonna lease it so that we've got like, is it three?
It's a 3-year.
3-year lease,
We'll own it.
lease to own.
Okay.
So we're just
Lease
waiting
tone.
for-
Yeah, I'm
chunking it up a little.
okay with that.
Got a little bit more flexibility next year, so.
Kelly, I can help with, because that's like one we've never done before, but I can help with the language on that. So,
Okay.
thank you.
Well, Kara has all the contract and the language. I'll re-up the quote of what it was done off of. Or you
I
have the
have
quote.
it. I have
Yeah,
everything.
why don't you just,
Yeah, I've got everything.
Perfect.
all right, I'm out.
If you can
Yeah.
share it to me, make sure I get it right.
raise out.
You skipped over one.
Want one?
Disc golf.
Oh, I thought that was Aaron's gonna talk about that. Okay.
I'll talk about it if you
All
want.
right, let's talk
We
about it.
are essentially at the point where we have to make a decision about what we want to do. We have the only thing I could foresee helping us to push it a little bit is if we want this to be the first thing that the Parks Committee discusses. But I don't know how quickly to be able to give us, turn around to just.
So the reason I keep putting this on here is their tournament comes up shortly.
Yeah.
So
This month.
if we're considering doing this because of the amount of effort it takes to keep this thing up and going, beginning of the season, just like anything else, is your foremost how much man time you have to throw at this and do this. So
I don't have the right answer here. I think there's really not a great answer because it's like competing forces. But we've been talking about it for a few months and I have not had anybody beating down my door saying, please keep it open. We need it in our community. And so
Because they're not aware, but if we tell them they can't have their tournament there this year, they'll be knocking down our door, I think.
I don't know that it's a lot of Niskuna residents is the whole thing.
Has anybody spoken to any of them?
Jeff applied for the
Saw that.
Parks Advisory Committee, but he's not a resident.
Yeah.
So I assume that was his reasoning, is because we've been talking about it. If they've already started planning it, I mean, how many days of work and how many humans is it to get it ready?
well, depending on mud season too. I don't even.
We don't even know.
Did we get a fee out of them last year?
We
They
got
don't pay
nothing. We've
anything.
never gotten anything.
I know, I said
And
that
to be
last year.
quite honest, I think Andrew can speak of, what's going on. A lot of the tee boxes are either destroyed, grown over. I mean, they did ask for some stone dust last year and them as a group went up there and fixed some tee boxes, but I can see down the road that there's gonna be like an investment to make to upgrade and every hole has two tee boxes, a short and a long. Most of the wood has all been ripped out or eroded away, so I see an investment in the near future, and if
And then we
it's-
have this whole group who wants to keep it low mo for,
Okay.
so I don't know. I don't want to be the one that makes the choice, but if I am
Of
going to be
course
the
you
one that
don't.
makes the choice, I would just say,
Well, it's not
leave
specifically,
it low mo.
it's not
And
specifically just you, it's this committee.
You know
So
what I
don't
mean?
want you to
Like-
feel like that's on you. It's
Well-
everybody here at this table,
what's everybody think?
but if it gets heated, we're blaming you.
Well, when they came in last time, didn't Ellen come with him?
Well, and Ellen
She's the only,
saying
she's
the same
town
thing.
resident.
Ellen
She's
actually
stepping back.
stopped here like a week ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she wanted to know the updated status of where we're at. Just let us know that she's kind of stepping back.
She's trying to be very neutral about it too, and I respect that. She brought in Jeff. Jeff
Mhm.
said his piece.
Yeah.
Aside from Jeff and his group, I have not heard from anybody about disc golf.
And we actually did. He found a way, me, definitely not with the old GPS and all that, but he found a way to match Jeff's mowing thing last year. He
Yes.
actually did it by a locator.
I held
And
I held my phone live with a ping on it and I traced his map that he drew.
That
us
was early
through
in the
Google
year.
that was when the last time he was here and had requested a different way of mowing.
Driving up the hill.
So, I
on the
mean,
track.
he actually found a way to do it, but
See, here's the thing. We did that. They had their tournament, and then Jeff and some of his group were online just bashing
they've
us
done it
for
since we
not
built it.
maintaining it like we did for their tournament, but we don't have the capacity to do that. So that's the other piece that I'm like, why are we getting beat up? If,
From what I've noticed, if you go to a lot of other communities that have a disc golf, it's in a park setting. It isn't in a closed landfill setting.
that's why they like
So
this
the
one.
park is getting mowed. Very often have walk path through the park that they use. I can't see how there's not conflict with people just walking on them paths, but apparently there isn't.
let me ask you this, if we let it go low mode this year, would it be a huge pain in the butt to bring it back if there's uproar for next year?
The grass just changes. Like it's tighter, greener grass the more often you mow it. So like their fairways are fairly nice, but they still had a problem with the low mow with the disc getting lost in them, and they had to walk through some of it.
Yeah.
It's a different type of grass. It's not a plush grass like you have at your
Yeah,
buildings and
yeah.
stuff. That's a wild grass that
That's
was
what I like
planted
about it.
to stop erosion and stuff upon the landfill being closed. So, it's not you can't keep it perfect.
No,
It's
but
just
more what
rough.
I'm saying is it a huge overhaul if we let it grow out this year?
No, not really.
It's no different than.
All right, I mean, do we
Like
want to
the
try
logo.
that?
Well, to your point, you're saying don't remove the actual cages, that sort of thing. But
But
It gives us
tell
more
them we are
time on it.
not gonna maintain this anymore and probably in the near future, we're gonna be removing it.
So that would give a good time. If you wanted to go that approach, that's actually would be a way to let your Parks Advisory Committee
That's
look
true.
at it.
That's
and
true.
give
then-
them
and
time,
they could
so-
get- They could get the feedback. We could say,
You-
okay, send your emails, your letters if you're really upset
You
about
could
it.
not rush right out there for the beginning of the season for that tournament.
Right.
Let it go. I mean, we'll always mow behind the dog park because we kind of feel as if that's a green space for people that just want to go out in the field and throw a frisbee or whatever.
Mhm.
We use that as an extension of the park. And that we've always kept that mowed low, so the grass has done a change to it. It's a lot easier to keep clean.
Okay.
That's
We-
like an extension to our park, that first field.
The disc golf, do you know any history about that? Was there any grant money that we used to put that
Lori
together?
knows, so we should
Yeah.
ask Lori, because she said something but I don't remember what it was, but
I
that's a
think
good
the
point.
first 9 was a grant, because it started out as a 9-hole. And then they grew it to an 18, so it had capabilities of doing tournaments there. So,
All right, well, I think you gotta reach out and tell them we're not gonna be doing.
Why are you looking at me?
Well.
Yeah,
sure enough.
Come back, though.
Should I deliver the bad news? Happy to.
I can send Jeff an email and say, it's not a permanent thing. Here's where we're at. I mean, we're also down a bunch of people in highway and parks
Mhm.
anyway.
We're spending a lot of money to maintain that, a lot of money and.
We're not
very-
maintaining other things.
Very
that
minimal
maintain that.
usage of this. We're not collecting a fee for this tournament that they have. They don't seem to be happy with it anyway.
Right.
So,
So here's where we are, and it's not a permanent change, but we're not
But it
gonna,
might be.
well,
but
it's
it might
under
be.
advisory.
And we'll put it on, we'll put it under parks
Right.
and have them talk it through and receive some feedback, and we'll figure it out for 27. But for this year, we'll
Maybe make a
just let it-
statement too on the website.
We'll let Ellen know as
There you
well.
are with your
No.
website.
Well, just so we're aware. I mean, if there's
Something to put on your
people
page.
are bugging out about
Not
it,
my
want us to
page.
keep- then we'll.
Put it on Eric.
that's, I agree.
No,
Okay,
I agree enough.
and at least
Let's
now we
start
have
with that. Let's start with that. Okay. Ray's going way over on his time.
See, you talk. way more than I do.
No, you butted in.
All right,
Yes,
listen.
yes.
Okay, I'll try to go super quickly. National Grid reached out about, 2 things. One was that gas regulator station. The other thing, and I think I copied you on this one, but if I didn't, I'll forward it over. Now right next to Knowles, it must be our right of way. They want to put some kind of electric equipment that looks like a transformer. I sent it to Laura. She didn't see any issues with it, but I'm just only because it's going to be, I'm sure, in your right away. This is what they're wanting to do. They have the location and stuff on there. I'll forward it over, but I didn't want to forget to mention it. I'm not sure why they're doing so many projects in this unit, but that one in the gas regulator station, they're talking about putting on town property as well. It's in a better spot, I think, than the first place they reached out about, but they're supposed to be coming in to talk about that as
The
well.
gas regulator thing or?
Yeah, this is separate from the
Yeah.
gas regulator, but they're supposed to come in to talk about that and what they would.
Were
need
you
to-
at that meeting, Ray? The gas regulator station?
No, I had to wash my cat that day.
Okay.
Um, The other question I had is, the Loopy property on Balltown Road was subdivided 50 years ago. There was a house that Amelia Loopy used to own in the back, and there was a private road that used to come all the way out to Balltown that has since been kind of filled in, half of it filled in. Much to my surprise, that road is actually called Heritage Road, which extends up into, it's not quite aligned, but it extends up past West Home Road back into Hexham Gardens. I bring this up because I always knew that road just from living here as a private road.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know that it is a private road because it's Heritage Road and we have accepted Heritage Road as one of our roads. I've never even seen the sign Heritage Road in that section. But if I go back and look, now this is coming up because they built a house probably 20 years ago on one of the parcels that was subdivided. And when they ended the road there, they have, now it's like a little cul-de-sac. You can get into Amelia Loopy's old house. I don't know who owns it now. I'm just saying that because that's the only other person I knew who lived there. And then they built another house on the other side of that cul-de-sac feeds. The man who purchased the home this past year stopped in yesterday and said, I was told this is a private road. He was told this, but it's being used by two people and the town doesn't plow it. I assume because it was a private road at some point. If I go on the GIS, it says it's our road, but I don't know that that's accurate. I can't find any documentation that says it is a private road.
What's the location of
Go up West Home,
Oh,
like
yes,
you're heading.
yes.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, we've
It
never
used-
done,
Used to
ever.
connect to Balltown.
So
Yeah.
Right? It
what
used to- I
you
thought it
will
was Key
find,
Hill, it used to be
what you
called.
will find, I went through this, tried to go through the maps with Cameron and
Yeah.
it's a water and sewer easement out to Balltown. It's labeled as a road,
But why is it, this is what's bothering me. Why
Why
is
it
it?
has a name doesn't mean we own it.
right?
But
It would
in the
have to be
maps, it
deeded to the
usually
town.
shows the ones that we don't have.
If it's not deeded and it's,
Where do I find that out though?
We know there's.
so you're gonna have to go to microfiche.
This is all I could find on Laserfish are these two.
Yeah, but
So-
they should have records of the subdivision and the building department.
So the thing I had asked Cameron, which I thought would have solved this, was if you go back to building and planning and find out how that house was built and what the access was.
All we found was building permits. This is the
It's
weirdest
gotta be
situation,
somewhere.
right?
Cause it starts with building and planning.
Right.
Obviously, you know,
So what was the gentleman's concern?
It's
and we're not
being
plowing
plowed
it.
because it's, as far as I always knew, it was a private road. Even though it says it's Heritage Road here, I don't think that it's actually Heritage Road,
It's not,
right?
it might have been, so it definitely doesn't go out to Balltown like
No,
this
it's-
print shows.
Stops right here, and that's the house.
Right,
Yeah.
I know exactly where it is. Every time somebody new buys that house, we go through this.
That's what I'm assuming.
And
So then I just need to find something.
it's like
that says
50
to
first
him-
dates every time somebody buys this house.
But apparently when he was sold that house, he was told it was a private road.
Yeah, but and his argument, and this is between him and the neighbor, is, well, this neighbor's using it, so who owns the road? Is it here?
So
Or is it
actually,
here?
that's
like a
always been like a
shared
back
driveway.
entrance to the Wade Loopy.
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
They've always used it.
So and his point is, well, if this is my road, why are they using it? So I'm like, I don't know the answer to
That's what we
that.
worked out during the subdivision process.
But that's why it's weird
It's not any
because,
different than a shared driveway.
yeah,
Right.
exactly.
I
But
would
there's
have-
no,
own to the
I would
middle
have,
of it, and
I
you're
would
both
have to guess that
responsible.
that
Shared
parcel that
driveway.
that house was built on was part of the Wade Loopy estate
it
at one
had
time.
to have been.
It had to have
That's
been.
what I was looking for, to see what the actual deed, when they did the lines, what it looked like. That's what they
You
can't
can't
find.
find anything. I mean, me and Cameron dug pretty deep to try to.
You gotta be kidding me. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to,
Anybody else, Laura?
yeah, this is from Clark and Laura. Like, this is what they thought.
Clark and Laura? I know
Well,
Laura's been
Laura
out, so
hasn't been
that's-
in, but this is what he sent me
Laura had more of
everything
a
and
historical knowledge, and if this has come up before with other owners, she might.
I think this is exactly what happened the last time.
Just
She
suggesting
can
we
probably
talk to
dig
Laura
it
about
up because I think that criteria of that house was like 71 or
I have to
something.
do more research on it.
Okay.
But anything that we were readily pulled right up like on our Sims and all that stuff, shows exactly what you have here, but that doesn't mean that that was accepted. We have a lot of them that the roads aren't even there. It's like
Right.
they did pre-development
Yeah.
plans
Yeah.
and they were accepted in
It's just weird that they-
sections.
It's weird that they would have put that road right through in the plan since it was always like that big parcel was always Loopy's land, you know? It's just odd that they did it that way. You know what? Maybe I'll just read, I bet you he has records.
Yeah.
Go over and talk to Bud, you know?
Yeah.
I should just reach
Yeah.
out to
Yeah,
him.
no joke.
Yeah, he probably does have them. Maybe I'll try that. That's a good point. Okay, that's one thing. The second thing is, and I don't mean to steal your thunder, Rita, but we had somebody, I think I circulated this to the committee, historic preservation, or maybe I just sent it to you and you. We have an applicant to be on historic preservation. His name is Matt Gleason. I know his wife really well. His wife runs Operation at Ease, which is the dog training company, a nonprofit, I should say. She works with the fire, both of the firehouses. She's an absolutely fabulous woman. I used to be on PTO with her at Birchwood. Her husband is in the military, very really passionate about history. I think Rita has already had a conversation with him. He's really excited to get going. So I'm hoping to have that on for resolution for the end of the month if everyone wants to take a look at his credentials. And then the other thing I had is I brought this up before in other years, but the county runs a summer youth employment program in which the county pays the workers, but we create, well, I'm saying we if we want to, but we create positions for the young people to come in, ages 14 to 24. So you can get some older kids. I bring this up because if we want to try to put in for any summer positions for young people, project-based is usually better. So if we do have like parks projects or things that young people would be good to work on, the best way to do it is to have really specific functions of the job so that they can find the young person who's interested in learning that work or interested in doing the work. The beauty of it is we don't pay for it. The county does. So
And they actually bring a coach with them. They have a work coach.
some of them do, but not all
I
of them.
know, I won an award from them. I had a couple.
Look at you.
Yeah.
So my
Well,
thought
back in the
is,
day, not so much anymore, but back in the day, I got an award.
Well,
one time I got this award.
Doesn't matter.
Everyone takes once.
So I say this because it is it's a really long application, but I am very much happy to go through this process if you guys have projects and jobs that you think would be good, because I'd love to try to at least get us started with it to see how it would go. It's free labor and it's youth employment.
What's
So
the age range on that again?
14 to 24. But it's not always like job coach
Yeah, I know.
situations.
I think the
It's
one
a
I had was rather young, but we found stuff for him. But
And we can put in for as many positions as we're willing to do, as many positions as they can fund. So if we have community program stuff, if we have even clerical stuff that, again, project based is probably better, but we were even thinking cleaning up the records room and working with somebody, over the summer for that.
Content management.
Let me know. The sooner we get it out there, the better, because I think that young people have to have their applications in by the end of April, I want to say. Lots of information online. So if you Google it and you want to learn more, I can send you the link too if you can't find it. I think the only other thing I wanted to resurrect is the conversation about Memorial Park fountain. I would like to do that with some of the grant money. I think we talked about that last year, but we didn't pull the trigger because we hadn't gotten the bathroom stuff back. Metroplex has offered to put in some light poles with flags in various areas in the town center. They discussed putting one at Memorial Park. I don't know how you feel about that, but
love that.
okay, great.
Yeah, there is one there, but the lighting is very poor and
Oh, okay. So then maybe they can just replace it right there. It'd be easier.
they can upgrade.
Okay, great. Then I'll let them know that's a good spot for them. And then we're in the process of coming up with a design for the flags, but we're going to try to make it match kind of what the school has done, just to have some continuity in flags, I guess. But no cost to us. Metroplex is going to take care of it. But while we're putting the new lighting there, I thought, let's see if we can spruce, get some funding to do the landscaping and really make
So,
it look nice.
so
over
if
there.
we are gonna do the fountain, I was gonna say, can we have like Andrew work on
Can you do like
a
a plan?
landscape,
Oh, I would
a
love.
landscape? The neighbors
get a
over
plan
there
there.
are real picky, so we have to make it look nice.
So, okay,
Both of them, we got one on each side.
I'm like, oh yeah, that's
Mm.
true, actually.
I look at that every day.
Look at it every day.
You literally have to.
I mean, if Ray had found, here, I'm gonna give this to you because if you're gonna come up with this was the one that Ray had found. If you wanna come up with a plan and like a budget, let's just make sure we move the funds. This would be a reallocation from the splash pad thing. And we just have to figure out how much for the bathroom, but I think this was 10,000. Figure out how much we want to spend on landscaping, and then if we like decide to fund it, let's just like set it aside. So we're gonna.
That's what I mean, the stuff that's there, really, it needs some color. It needs, the walls have been
Yeah.
patched together many times, maybe some upgraded
Yeah, I love
landscape and some color in there and something that,
Totally into it.
is, blooms.
You know what I was gonna see? There are some auction houses that have weird stuff like
We
this
cut
every
it
now and
down.
again.
Don't
I'm
worry.
gonna poke around and see if I can find anything with a better price. I mean, if not, we'll just go with this, but if they had something cool that was sort of in good shape that we could get, I'll look as well, just to see if we can get a better
And
price.
one
But
of
if
the,
not,
one of the existing trees we had to cut down, it just was split and,
That's the point. Yeah.
that's okay though, because I think we wanted to replant.
right, but you have to keep in mind that the visibility on that point from the traffic from each different
They were like
direction.
dwarf.
Yeah, right, they
Okay.
were dwarfed, so, the landscape has to reflect, it can't be over landscape so that you
Yeah.
block. Cause
Visibility
you
is
have,
everything.
literally have to come out of by her house. You need to look up that hill before you go through that light, most definitely.
Okay, so but you know that, so then, yeah.
Okay, all right.
What's that? Not there though, and we gotta do that with the county because I'm trying to get them to pay for it.
All right, what else?
I think that's it.
Okay, two quick things for me. Troy Road, DOT was here to discuss Troy Road. I was there again advocating about our infrastructure under Troy Road, them wanting to do the islands in the middle. I'm glad you folks are here. I don't know if you've been keeping up on that, but they're thinking they want to put trees and things. So I really, if you can kind of keep an eye on all of that also. We're very concerned about the maintenance of these islands. If this is what happens.
I've already said we won't maintain them. We would have to get a contract with somebody else to maintain them.
And that's gonna cost money, right? That's gonna
Yeah.
cost money. We want to make sure it's as little maintenance as possible. And whenever they do decide, if they decide to go that route with any trees, that we get something that's
They said they could
Gonna
do
work.
as low maintenance as possible so that if we do have to get a contract, it won't be, but the green is a part of the traffic calming measure. So they want to have trees there, but they're saying they can get low maintenance. And I've said, I don't want any of our employees out on 7 doing it.
The 7
Okay.
triangles are so.
I don't want to do it.
all right. So again, we all have to keep our eye on that. Another thing, I got a call from an Albany County legislator that lives right near Birchwood, on Birchwood. And this is just sort of an information thing about our loose leaf pickup and how very envious she is of our loose leaf pickup and asking a lot of questions about that, our costs and how we're doing and all these things.
Do they want to share some?
Colony does not do it. And she was like, oh, we would like to try to get them back. I'm like, good luck with that. That's an uphill battle. It is. I explained.
But
to
if
her
we
that's
shared
expensive.
equipment
So just a little bit
with
of
them, they
information
could buy
there.
some for us. Okay.
Okay. You have anything else? All right, good. All right, Linda, you still all right? Or
I'm
you-
good, babe, yeah,
Okay.
or sorry.
All right.
Can I ask you?
No.
Actually, I want to tell you something. Matthew,
It's,
oh my God. He was amazing.
He's
At the
pretty
meeting,
impressive. Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah, he came to a meeting, didn't he?
yes, it was remarkable. I mean, I'm telling you, this is one of the most
I can say productive.
This is
The
the,
person for the.
candidate,
Yes.
Excellent, excellent.
I
Good.
mean, Matthew settled a couple of things for me because one was the Niskayuna, Niskatay.
Mhm.
Okay. And one was getting someone from the town to do a presentation. Because I'm doing one for the county and I wanted to get someone else.
for the
from
two
Niskayuna.
fifty, right? Is that what you mean?
He's gonna do Aaron Brandt and Aaron Veeder. I'm gonna get them here to do that for
Oh,
the
that's
county.
great. Yeah, his wife was talking about this.
Yes.
She's real excited.
And
about it.
also he's gonna use that presentation for our table for Niskatay. So that's solved two problems.
That's great.
Okay, not only that, he can get us through this inventory, the historical inventory that we have to do every year.
Mhm.
Okay, I sent him everything that was left. Okay, so he's working on that for us.
You're bringing up a good point, though. Do we want to have any other tables at Niskaday? Do you guys usually do a Niskaday table? Okay, do you do it separate from us? I don't remember what Laura did last year.
We were under the tent last year.
The bit like community organizations. Let me check in with Laura because I think she did it for Tree Council last year, and you are going to have a table.
Yes.
So
We should
that's
put
two
them together.
tables. Do you?
Yeah,
do
most
we
of the
want-
tables are all in the same area.
Does Senior Center want a table? Niskaday?
I don't think we can support it.
If,
Truthfully.
if you want me to find volunteers, I can do that too. If
I
you're,
mean, if you want, we can put together materials for
you don't really have to staff it either. If you just want to put a table out to, like, put the calendar out and all of that stuff. I'm happy to set it up.
More into the table, and we just
Snuck in there.
Some of our stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yes,
I'll
we
talk
do
to
have
Lori
the-
about it, but at least
Mhm.
two,
Put
maybe
it on a
three.
community programs table.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Okay. Rita, do you have
That'd be
other
clear,
stuff
yes.
for us?
Oh, no, basically, it was a thank you because having him at that meeting, it kind of also quieted out all the busy noise that you get at these tables. So it helped a great deal,
Good.
and with him there, it's more of a back and forth and Carol. So now there's three of us actively working in that commission and, in the committee. So that was great.
Excellent.
That was a big plus for this year.
Great.
I
Good.
had something to ask. Rita, you had shared with us links to various banners and merchandise for the America 250.
Yeah.
Is there any potential monies
Oh,
available?
Lori's working on that. We worked that out. That was another thing. It was a great week.
Oh, good.
Because
Good.
Lori and I worked it out where we can get the banners because there's banners for the street lights, poles and
Oh, yeah,
different
yeah.
throughout the town.
Yeah.
Okay, there's those. And I contacted the community grants. They will pay for America 250 projects, which right, and that can come out of the small fund for Niskayuna because the banners. Thank you, Kelly, because that was one thing that you stuck in my mind before I had all these conversations. All right, so it was like, all right, so we're getting the banners. Lori's writing the grant proposal for us to get that. So yes, and then a big one for the front of the town hall.
Love it.
Okay, the rooms, whatever rooms. So that's what I'm saying, though. You're gonna have to give us a kind of, number. All right, so we know what kind of banners. I sent around the pictures of the samples, so you can see the banner for the streets, what they look like, and all that. But that went for the front of the
Yeah,
town
right.
hall. Oh,
And maybe two sides.
two sides.
For the columns would be gorgeous. And then something for indoors and coming to the
So
center.
let's follow up
Very good.
afterwards to make sure.
Yeah.
we get all that together.
Yeah.
You're reminding me though, can you add a resolution to approve a contract for Niskaday fireworks? Which I don't have yet, but I'm really hoping to by the end of the month.
Okay.
It's already budgeted for it.
All right, let's move on to community programs. Courtney.
Hi. Let's see here. So for seasonal employment for the pool, applications have been sent to any of the returning staff. There was a deadline of March 1st to get back to us to let us know if you will be returning. Zoe, the pool manager, and Lori will be holding interviews for all new applicants the week of March 13th. The playground staff, any returning staff, was sent also a survey to get back to us by March 15th. open spots for qualified 16 and up. Junior councils will be considered with good reviews from last year. Independent contractors, any of the instructors from last year, if they wanted to come back and do any of the classes again, they will be in our program book that will go live on April 1st. For rec soccer, the spring soccer, it opened, registration opened on February 3rd. We're halfway full for all three sections, K1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. Registration will close March 31st. And at this time, we're looking for coaches and referees. And if there's anyone that's interested in volunteering, get a hold of Lori or Julie. Let's see. And then we have our annual bunny parade. This is going to be Friday, April 3rd from 10 a.m. to 11. Families will parade with the bunny around the town hall drive and then down the Knott Street sidewalk. We'll follow the bunny to the gazebo where you can take pictures. This is weather dependent. So if it's not so muddy and stuff out in the grass, we'll probably have like crafts and some face painting, little bunnies on the face. And so Julie is also looking for volunteers for this, so you can contact her also. And there are no March resolutions.
Anything else? That's it? Very quick today. Thank you.
The rest of us.
You can, yes. Hmm?
Linda, could you pass that down real quick?
Oh, sure.
Linda, you're next, and then we'll do that at the end. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, perfect. So real quick, some highlights. We had the pigs visit. We have
That was awesome. In swine.
like the last time they came was before COVID, and there was a little one like this big in a little stroller, so cute, and then a big guy.
Einstein's been at my
Like a
house.
radio flyer wagon. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know, they're so big. I
But
love
they're all
it.
super friendly, and they
Did
it's
you see the
amazing how people love these guys. So they reached out. We kind of reconnected, and they came over, and we just had a great time. And it was interesting because we had a lot of like moms and kids come, which was a lot of fun. So we had seniors coloring with kids, which we love. So it was really fun. It was like this really great kind of like, intergenerational thing. It was, and they stayed for quite a while. They were pretty happy.
I
So
love that. That was a great idea.
it's odd, but it's fun and it works, and we had a great time. So we have also reconnected with Walmart Vision Center. So we have this lovely woman who comes over and she like cleans and tweaks and does whatever for people who wear glasses. The Alzheimer's Association is this Friday, tomorrow. That's important. Chris from Medicare, he comes and he talks to people about health insurance and anything that relates to that. He's very personable. He's really helped a number of people. So he's very welcome. So, and he'll be here on the 10th. That's next week, Tuesday. We have a Titanic immersion trip over at the Armory. So that is a full trip and it's on a program day. So we're just going to shoot over there with a group. That's Thursday at noon. Then the following week, the week of St. Patty's Day, the 17th, we have blood pressure clinic that day. We'll probably be doing some sort of a little special. And then on that Thursday, we have movie club, which is people really enjoy that. And he's doing The Awful Truth, which is a comedy. And I'm trying to think what else. Oh, and then we have entertainment that day. And this is Melanie. So she received a grant. And so she comes around and she performs for us for free, no charge. And she's a flautist. She usually has someone accompany her either on the harp or some other instrument. And she's really lovely and people really enjoy her. So we're looking forward to that. We have we have one art program, which is the 14th. That's Saturday, the 14th. They're going to be working on portraits. Edie will be on the lower level. Julie has a group coming in on the upper level that day, like a party or rental or something, small group. And then on the 28th, we are doing our Mahjong tournament. So we went from twice a year to once a year. It's a lot for us. So, but it's also very popular and very well received. So we're going to be setting up and making plans for that. So that's the calendar stuff. I will also mention that come April the 19th, we are going to do a trip to the Beardsley Castle. It's a lunch and a show. And we'll, so it's going to be a full day. So we're looking forward to that. So, and I'll catch up with you on a couple of sidebar things on that. Okay. We did kind of that musical chairs art program where people came in, they used like one canvas and then everybody would, or a number of canvases, and everybody would start to create, and then they would switch, they would rotate, and then they would create and switch. The stuff that came out of there was just beautiful. It's really gorgeous. And right now that is at the Niskayuna Library, while our other artist, Laura Lee Lipsky, she is working with the Niskayuna Art Department, and she brought in the art for downstairs, like upstairs at Town Hall. Or Niskayuna Art Department, I'm sorry, is downstairs. Laura Lee Lipsky is upstairs. So that's it's all really beautiful stuff. So if you didn't take a look, you really should. And then the only other thing I want to talk about is we have been in conversation with the co-op. And they are very, very, very interested in partnering with us for our food program to get that back up and running again.
Oh, that'd be lovely.
Yeah, she's Shannon Risley has been really lovely to work with, and she has a new fellow who's managing their deli, and he brought back the tuna rings. I know, right? I love their salads. I know they're the best. So he's very excited, and he's very used to doing catering and whatnot. So we've been talking about how would this look? What could we do? We need to keep it streamlined and simplified just to make that work with our, the whole formula down there. And so we'll meet with her again today. And as long as, if there's anything we need to do, let us know. But for the most part, it would run the same way that it did with Gershon's.
I would say just make sure the money thing works out so that we're doing that correctly.
That leads me to the other thing. So we did receive money from Colette. We should have received money from Broken In yet.
Oh, I don't know, but he actually just texted me. Let me ask him.
And then we also should have received a check from CDPHP. So there will be a $9,000 check coming in. 5 of that would go towards the food program, and the 4 of that would go towards exercise programs. So that's
To accept all donations via resolution.
So that's why I'm saying that.
Resolution.
Yeah.
So
they
can
will
you break
come.
them all down for me so I know.
Yeah, but I'm not even sure they're all here. So let's.
Right. That's why I wanted to ask.
Usually do it before we accept it, not after we accept it.
We know that they're forthcoming. Do you have like
So-
names that we could like reach out to just to like coordinate that?
He
We've
just
been
he
awarded
just
it,
reached
so
out
we
to me. I
accepting
just
it before we
sent
get it.
you a
The resolution is to accept it.
which would be probably helpful for these guys. So if you want to forward it, to these people, they'll always have
I know, you're right.
Just went to
of
MVP.
details. And then if you
Better
need
catch
I'm
that
actually
one quick.
surprised
What was
that one came
do we know
through.
the CDPHP amount?
yes, nine
Okay.
even, huh? And then, so
900.
what I'm going to do is I've already outlined this for Courtney and Lori. Kara has a copy of it too. She's going to send it to you just to make sure. Okay. And what it does is it just outlines the money that we've received for 2026. Okay. Who it was from, how it was used. My question is, did we receive it yet from Broken In? And also, did we receive it yet from CDPHP? So.
There just needs to be a plan in place when it's exhausted as far as charging the correct.
I keep track of that with the numbers
Right.
that we share. all the
But
time.
I feel like if you, at the beginning, if the charge were fair, even if you're offsetting it, so you're not going from free to all of a sudden, okay, now it's $8 because the funds are
Yeah,
exhausted.
we wouldn't do that. We would set a price that we think would.
Well, that's what I need to,
Work.
that's what I need to understand is
Okay.
what that price is.
So when we get a little closer with co-op, I can then.
Yep,
Come to
Yep.
you.
Because you haven't gotten final figures yet.
We
from
haven't
them.
decided anything final yet. They wanted to start in March. It might be a little too quick for us. I'm not in a rush. I think we just need to do this wisely. And it also might be one of those, we're going to simplify it from what it was with Gershon's, first of all. And then second of all, it might be one of those things where we work into it over time. Do you know what I mean?
So let's talk, because this might be something that we could have the 501c3 that we're setting up. This might be a good thing for them to take on. Well, that's no. That like the Parks Committee is working on. Sorry. That we have asked somebody else to set up for us. That might be a great project for them to do so that we don't have to get into the weeds with the financial stuff. Like that's sort of the idea of it. If the timing works out, great. If not, we can start it later this year, but that'll at least take the pressure off her years
What would
after.
that mean exactly?
It
It's just
basically just
inter-office
means
stuff.
that, yeah, it's,
Counting.
yeah, it's
Oh,
accounting
it's
stuff,
accounting.
but it'll make it easier for you to
accept
ask for and
donations.
accept donations.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Could actively ask for donation.
right. With, as long as you're working in conjunction with the 501c3.
Okay.
We can talk more after about it.
Yeah,
but-
we should, because we've gotten phone calls from people who, you know, very kindly, they didn't want to step on toes because Gershon's, that whole thing is still fresh. But they wanted to talk about and toss around ideas and see if, you know, what would work, what wouldn't work. You know, they're like puzzle pieces. Do they fit? Does it not fit? And so it brought up some things, you know, like the county's not interested in opening up another program like they do with JCC. And then, but there's a fellow who produces 518 kosher, who does food.
Are you talking about the
within
food
zones.
programs? We
Yeah.
had a really good conversation about that too with the county. Let's you and I
Yeah.
talk about it, because
Yeah.
I this is something other people are really interested in developing, so we might be able to get some
Yeah.
movement going.
There's no opposition to starting this right now with co-op then.
As long as we're doing the money correctly, we can just
Yeah,
keep
I mean,
it going.
we
I don't want to
we
stop
have it
any
down to a
progress on it.
science.
Yeah.
It's really simple. We try and keep it very simple for that reason.
Yeah.
And then it also, it's really easy for tracking purposes. So, and Shannon is also working with the Food Council.
Okay, that's who had
So
reached out to us, I think.
So
about
she has been, she was asking us if we wanted to go, you know, like be an example of what we do on their March 31st meeting. And I don't know that we're going to be able to go to the meeting. I haven't committed to that, but I was, and like anything that we're speaking to is kind of loose and more anecdotal than it is, you know.
Yeah, I was.
Remember, and again, I wanted to make sure that, because then we got your email, you and Courtney, and I just wanted to make sure we're all on the same page.
Yeah, I would say our biggest concern is making sure that the donations and what we're charging people is correct. So just make sure you're looping in.
That I
Courtney
got
and
for you.
Kara, and
That
we
I'm
should be good.
confident with. It's
Yeah.
just anything above and beyond, or any other ideas for future or down the road. How do we stay on the same page with that?
I'm going to connect you with the woman who's doing the 501c3 thing. And then it's at least 6 weeks away from even
Okay.
being a thing, but at least then you'll have her contact info and she'll have yours. And then you
Okay.
guys can kind of
Okay,
coordinate that.
all right.
And then if it works out, great. If not, we can keep going with whatever we work out with
Okay.
co-op.
And we are on the same page, are we not? I mean, I'm assuming that everything we have done is. pretty
like to
do some
research on sales tax issues, but
Oh, right, because it's prepared food.
it is.
All right, well, we need to keep our communication open with you guys about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we just want to
Alright.
make sure we're doing everything
Okay.
correctly.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so aren't we exempt from sales tax?
No, because it's
Paying it, not collecting it.
Yeah. So if you're preparing food, then it's sales tax. We're supposed to collect it and do the whole,
If we are preparing or someone's preparing for
if
us?
anyone's preparing it, right? If it is anything other than just like buying food from the grocery store. This was a thing with bagels at one point. Do you remember this? Like if somebody slices your bagel, it's taxed, but if they just hand you the
Boy,
bagel,
they
it's
have
not
a-
taxed.
Is that a state
Okay.
thing?
Yeah.
Well,
We're gonna talk about it
Look
afterwards,
into
though.
that.
We'll just make sure we're doing it correctly.
okay.
I know.
Way to make something difficult. Okay. Well, we're
Well,
trying to
that's
do a
New York
good thing.
State,
We're
Linda.
trying to do a good thing.
Yep.
We're trying, you know.
We're gonna keep it going. We're just gonna make sure we're
All
doing
right,
it.
that's the path we're headed down. If you guys want to change it, just let me know. Fine, we're done. It's fine.
It will be
whatever.
okay. It will all be okay.
But that's all I know. So we're gonna try and keep it simple and try and keep it happy and you know, somewhat of a good story for the seniors. They're very happy down there. So we have gotten questions. I think they would appreciate another, you know, they're looking for us to get back online with something. The price that we choose will probably be something that will take us through the whole year. It'll be a simplified price. It's you know, they're not telling, Co-op is not telling any different a story than Gershon's was telling us as far as price
yeah,
and
yeah.
market and all that. So it's going to be, you know, but again, I'm just trying to keep it really simple with everything that we do have going. So
We can
Just
figure it
let me
out
know.
for sure. We'll,
All right.
we'll back into the numbers if we have to,
Okay.
but we'll make sure we're doing it correctly.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. And that's it.
Okay. Rick is the last thing on the agenda.
What are our Ricks? I feel like we have a lot of them.
Remind, inform, and congratulate.
So we said this for water and sewer too. the remind will be clean, if you can clean out your storm sewer, that would be helpful as stuff starts to melt, right? Random pickup will start weather dependent April 13th. What else? Reminders. Bunny parade.
Bunny parade,
And we're looking for volunteers for bunny parade.
and you're gonna be posting in the website of the pickup schedule.
Yep.
Congratulate the highway department for getting through a very difficult winter.
We're not there
An
yet.
old fashioned winter.
Until it's over, Bill.
Okay. Well, we can give some congratulations as we're getting through it.
Ready for that one time he got that award?
Oh, that one time.
I'm gonna find that.
Please do.
We carry it
I
around.
got something you don't have.
Nobody gives me any awards.
A merit's coming his way.
Oh,
And I'm
We're gonna-
sorry that Kelly wanted to just speak about the new app.
oh yeah. Does everybody have it? It's in the App Store right now. If you search Niskuna, it comes up.
Yes, so in last month's newsletter, February, we did a kind of a soft launch to our residents. So we are launching tomorrow. Very exciting news, the town of Niskuna is going digital, we're going mobile. We're gonna meet our residents where they're at, and where they're at, it's on their smartphones. So we have an easy, it's very much downloadable QR code. It's a push notifications tool. So in addition to being able to link back to our town website and access any of the links inside our website. So think about board meetings, agendas, and backups.
Senior Center calendar.
Yep, senior center. I mean, it's anything that you can access on the web, you'll now be able to access on your phone. The push notification process will allow us to actively send out alerts and notifications in various categories, just like you would receive for any of your other vendors, Verizon, National Grid, bill payment reminders, etc. So I think it truly is going to be able to reach a bigger audience of people and demographics of people, and it's on the go. So we're very excited about it. We're going to have the news station come tomorrow to do a clip on the radio. So News Channel
Ray
6,
offered to
RPD.
give the interview, which
Yep,
is
News Channel
amazing.
6, and we're going to be blasting social
short-lived.
media. Yeah. So as employees, we are the first users. So I'll pass this around.
Who's the admin of that? Just in case people complain, I wanna know where to
Yeah.
send them.
You can call me.
They can-
Okay, I'll
they
be
can
your
call
first
our
call.
office.
Absolutely. We're very excited about it. And it's wonderful to kind of bring us to the 21st century and modernize how we communicate our information.
Sorry, Bill, this was a long one. It's a long haul today.
And you can't leave until we download the app.
Okay.
You didn't talk
I
to me.
got it. I
Bill.
got it.
did.
I got
You
it.
did? Okay, good.
All right, motion to adjourn. Second, all those in favor?
Bye.
Any opposed? April 2nd, next
April
meeting.
2nd.
8 a.m. It's right there, except doesn't load because for some reason,
Your
my-
Wi-Fi.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
my phone
Oh, let me
doesn't
tell
like
you.
it.
I'm hoping he has some other
Or
people that
the
might be able to help.
Town Wi-Fi doesn't like me.
Anytime
But do
there's a
make
new
sure,
person,
because
you
we
get,
are-
like the benefit
our
of their
goal is-
network.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, and I want to talk about
Otherwise,
the
our current website, we're at 1,000.
I want to
We have a real great potential